time today, all right, and I talked about send out cards. I give myself a point, right? Then I met somebody else today. I can't give myself another point. I've already given myself a point, right? By the way, I put people's names in these boxes. I put somebody's name in there so I can see them at any given time. And when you do that, it just comes to life more. But the interesting thing, I have a category called Go for No, because I'm not done with my day. I might meet you first thing in the morning. I would still like to meet somebody else and get credit for it, right? So I have a category called Go for No. If I call you and you don't sign up on the spot, that's a no. I get a little check mark. If I call you and the line's busy or I goes to voicemail, that's a check mark. If I get 10 check marks, I get 2 bonus points for the day, right? And yet, I just need something to make me make the calls. I find that if I just make calls, things happen. And the bottom 2 categories I have on here, it's called, and this is, I love this. This one's called Highlight of the Week, right there. And the other one's called Story Possibility. Dale Carnegie used to say that a baseball game or a sales presentation without a story is like going to a baseball game and not seeing a home run. It's tolerable, but not very exciting. So I'm always looking for stories, right? And every week I recap the week. I have the story of the week, and I have the highlight of the week. And you want to have some fun, I can go back 5 years now and look at these and look at the highlight of the week, the story of the week. And it just keeps me, you know, it gives me the, I don't know, I'm excited to read it. I can't wait to fill them in. And if you've ever been to my house or seen my charts, I color them in all different colors. If there's green on that sheet, that's a good thing. I'll give you a couple quick stories. I have time? Okay. A couple of quick stories. Probably my favorite story is Sherry had sent me to the grocery store to buy milk. And they put, I know why she sends me in, because the milk is at the other end of the store. It's not up front, right? It's at the very back. And every time I go into the store, I go through the greeting card aisle, because there's a whole line of greeting cards, and usually nobody's ever there, right? I go through the greeting card aisle, and I come back up the aisle one day, and I'm looking at this lady, and I go, excuse me, you remind me a lot of my wife. Because she had about half a dozen cards in her hand. And she says, is that a good thing? And I go, yeah, that's a great thing. I said, my wife actually used to shop for greeting cards the same way you are, until she found out about that website called, what was it called? Send Out Cards. And she said, what's Send Out Cards? And I go, you've never heard of the website called Send Out Cards? Oh, it's really cool. You just go to this website, you find the card you want, you can type your message. Actually, you can type your message in your own handwriting now. And once you do that, you hit the button that says send. And this company prints the card, puts it in an envelope, licks a stamp, puts it on, and mails it for you. And you can buy cards for as little as 62 cents each. She said, what's the name of that website again? And I said, well, it's called Send Out. I'll just have my wife send you the link. What's your email? Of course, she gave me the email, right? Young guys can't do that. Old guys can do that, okay? So she was so good at giving me the email. I said, well, just give me your phone number. I'll just have Sherry call you. And she gives me the phone number, and I go, okay. And I go, thank you. I'll have Sherry call you later on. And I get home later, and I sit down, I call you, and I go, sorry, but Sherry's not available, but I'm going to send you to that website. You got a second? Yeah, okay. And I take them to the website, and I show them how to send the card, right? Now, the interesting thing is the lady enrolled in Send Out Cards that day. Her name is John Crichton. Now, would you like to know the rest of the story? Yeah. She was the Hallmark rep. She was in there servicing the account, right? And so now every time I go into the store, I always go through the greeting card aisle. I've actually enrolled 3 distributors from that technique, right? Is it the best way that I build my business around? Absolutely not. It's not the most effective way. The last story I'll give to you is it's probably one of my most recent. We do something called Coffee and Cards every Monday morning. Dawn and Pat are there, like, you know, and Paul is there, and I don't know if anybody else is there, but on a regular basis, but we have a lot of fun. Oh, Karen Goldberg, yes, Karen, yeah. Bigfoot, yeah, Karen, okay? Karen just broke her bone in her foot or something, and I was so thrilled to see that because that means my volume's going to go up because she's not going to be on the golf course. So, but I walk out, I'm waiting to buy some coffee, and this guy's behind me. I mean, spick and span, blue shirt, nice tie. I turn around and I look at him and I go, hey, nice tie. And I go, I just threw one away that looks just like that. And he goes, I said, no, I didn't throw it away because I didn't like it. It's just that in my job now, I don't have to wear any ties. And in fact, I said, I looked at all my ties and I kind of threw them away and I put belts there instead. And he goes, well, what do you do for work that allow you to throw away all your ties? And I go, well, better yet, what do you do for work that requires you to wear that nice looking tie? Because he says, I'm a financial planner, which everybody is in Scottsdale, right? And I go, well, you know how hard you work to find clients? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, I help you keep them. He says, how do you do that? I go, do you have 5 minutes? He said, I don't right now, but he said I could later on. Got him on the gift account, walked him through. He's now a brand new distributor and send out cards, okay? Now that would go down where it says stories, because that makes for a great story. And Jim Rohn says it all the time. The story is the best thing that we have going for us. We can tell stories to people. And Jeff, you're absolutely right. This business is an easier business to do, I think, part-time than it is full-time, because it gets you out and meeting people. I mean, I sit at my desk. I don't belong to a whole lot of groups and things, and if you're already doing something, you get to meet a lot of people. So I think it's easier to do business today than it ever has been. And at the same time, with this new program, guys, is where you can just enroll and get anybody started. I mean, I'll give you one other interview. A few years ago, we had this program where you get somebody started for, it was $20, right? And I got this person started for $20, and the guy's name was Vinny. And he said, I got a friend of mine I want to show it to. So we got a three-way call with this guy named Tom, and we signed Tom up on a $9.80 account, $10 worth of stamps at the time. And now this guy calls me back and he says, hey, my buddy Tom sent out 52 cards and it really went well. They'd like to upgrade. And I go, sure, okay, so we got him on. We got to figure out how to upgrade. And I said, what's the guy's name? And what's Tom's last name? He says, Ziegler. He goes, Ziegler? I go, like in Zig? Yeah, it's his son. We actually signed up Tom Ziegler and send out cards. And he has done less than Kathy Ireland. just a big name that you can throw around. But guys, Sam said, mentioned, you got to have fun with the business. I have fun with it. I can't wait to get up in the morning, hate to go to bed at night. Love it. I can do this business sitting on my porch in East Winthrop, Maine, which I do. And I can do it in Scottsdale, Arizona. The only difference between some of us and you is the amount of time and effort that you've put into it. And it has nothing to do with the amount of years you've been in the business. It's the amount of time and effort you've put into it. I don't know how many gift account walkthroughs I've done. I don't even want to count how many. One practical thing, right? How can you use this scorecard? How can you use this information? You heard me earlier when I alluded to the fact that I won the senior manager's cruise by April 16th. Well, all of a sudden, it dawned on me, okay, I won one ticket, but, I'm not going to go unless Sherry's going to go. In fact, this is my wife, Sherry, right here in the second row. Adam and Jeff's mother, by the way. Okay? But anyway, I lost my whole train of thought. Oh, yeah, okay. So, now all of a sudden, they announced not enough people won the trip. That's why they had another 30 days. They need to get more people on this cruise, right? They committed to all these rooms. And I'm thinking, okay, we got another 30 days to win the second ticket. I go, what do I have to do to win the second ticket? Because I keep good records, I know that if I brought 30 people, if I identified 30 people, out of those 30 people, I will get half of them to a gift account walkthrough. I also know that 48% of those people that I get to a gift account walkthrough will enroll as a distributor. which brings it down to 7.2, all right? I also know that 70% of them sign up on the first call or second one, which brings it down to 5.2, all right? I also know that the best day I can call them is Wednesday and Thursday, because that's where I do 84% of my business, all right? So all I did, all right, I had a game plan to work with. And I wouldn't have that game plan if I didn't keep this stupid information, okay? But by keeping the stupid information, I knew I needed 30 people, 15 to a walkthrough, 7.2 to enroll, 68% actually on the spot of the first call. I knew I could do that in 3 weeks, all right? Did it work? Right to a T, all right? Barbara says, you manage your business, treat it like a business. If you're only going to work it 4 hours, make it the best 4 hours that you can possibly can. Okay, thank you.
All right, please, one more time for Jim Packard.